The video you're about to see is about improvisation and applied theory. And if you want to go further with this, you should sign up to the link below because I'm offering a free online masterclass. This is an email masterclass. It's going to transform the way you play. Improvisation made simple for anyone, and it's not what you're thinking. You're going to love this. The link is below. But for now, let's get into this video. In today's video, we're going to talk about developing musicality in your fingers. It's a very tactile kind of thing. No picks involved. We're going to develop. We're going to learn what kind of tones come out of your fingers. And oh my gosh, that's going to be so inspiring. I hope. Grab your guitar. We'll get started right after this. My name is David Walliman. Welcome to the Walliman Guitar Artistry, which is all about helping guitar players around the world develop their musical personality. And today is exactly that. That's exactly what we're going to do. Just you, the guitar, the backing track, and your fingers. That's it. No picks. No picks because I want to be close as we can to the strings. Because there are some tones that can come out of that can influence other things. We're going to talk about that. Now the backing track that, I'm going to lower the volume. It's kind of loud in here. Okay, not for you, for me. This backing track can be downloaded for free with the charts and not only this chart and this backing track, but the charts and backing tracks for all the YouTube licenses. Well, I say all. That's kind of a lie. Gradually, I'm adding all the videos on this. So how do you redeem this? Well, easy. Below, there's a link. It's weird to see me without glasses. I got LASIK a few days ago. If you have questions about LASIK, I can answer now. Sidetracked. Okay, this can be downloaded for free. Yeah, the link is below. Sign up once, you'll get access to all that. Okay, let's get started. So, this is in A Dorian. Now, the main thing when we're practicing what we're about to practice is to work in a narrow zone of the fretboard. We're going to extract juice out of notes. And we're going to see notes as different characters that have their own personalities. And if we do this all across the fretboard, it's going to be a little bit harder to say, all right, this one is the happy personality, or this one is the sad one, the mellow, whatever adjective you want to add. So we're going to work in this zone of the fretboard. We are in A Dorian. That's what the backing track's in. If you're not comfortable with Dorian, just think minor pentatonic first position. For the low E string to the high E string, frets 5-8, and then 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-8, 5-8. Okay, that's the zone of the fretboard we're going to use. And we're going to think Dorian, which is minor pentatonic plus two notes, major second and major sixth. And we find them right here. There's one on the low E string, fret 7. That's the second. Then the sixth is on the fourth string, fret 4. Okay, so we add these two notes to minor pentatonic. That's what we have, right? On the next string, we can add the second on the third string, fourth fret, and then minor pentatonic. And then here's the sixth, second string, seventh fret, and then the second again, first string, seventh fret. Charts are below. You can download that, right? But that's what we have now. Okay, we're going to think minor pentatonic. Simple lick. For example, right? I'm only fretting 3 different frets here. Some notes are played more than others, but that's the idea. So learn that lick. I'm starting on the third string, 7th fret, bend. Now you don't want the release. No, you just want this, and then play the note non-bended, 7, 5th fret, 4th string, fret 7, Back to the 3rd string, fret 5 twice, and then end on the 4th string, 7th fret. Okay, all together. We're going to use this as our starting point, and we're going to see this as a word. That is a word that could be said in many, many different ways, just like real language. We'd say it fast. Again, I'm just using my fingers because I want the rawness of the tone to come out. I don't want anything between my fingers and my string. It sounds different, right? All the notes kind of sound the same kind of tone with the pick. The finger acts differently because depending on where you hit the string, on the tip of the finger, or there's a lot of flesh, different tones are going to come out. Right? And also it's going to allow us to do something else, which we're going to get into in a second. But that's our word. Now, over the track, you're going to ask yourself, how can I say this word? I could say it like this. I could say it a little slower. I can anticipate things. I could break things up. Right? Same exact notes. That's the first experimentation. So let's try this over the track. Okay. Maybe I want the beginning of the word to be very subtle, like a secret. And then I want to loud the rest. I want to shout the rest. All right, maybe. Maybe I want to do the opposite. I want to scream first and then he's hearing what I'm screaming. I want to whisper the rest. Okay. Notice when I did that, the last few notes, even though they were lower in value, you paid attention more. I think they resonated with you more. You remember them now, right? Da, da, da. Okay. And why is that? Well, that's because of contrast. Contrast is the most important thing, I think, in music, in storytelling, and whatever. If you want to make the listener pay attention, do something a little different. That is different, right? You're maybe looking over there, or you've watched my videos before. You know how nuts I am sometimes. But that's the idea, right? Contrast. Think about that. Now, you don't want to do too much contrast musically. You don't want to start here and, ooh, there's a clown over there, and I love this, and oh, like, that's too many things. Just one or two and then come back to it. Okay, so with that in mind, let's try that musically. So track, we're still in Dorian. We're gonna use the same word. That's the vanilla word. That's said like you just learned a word and you say it. But now we add expression. Okay, maybe you have a stutter. You have a hard time bringing it out. And when it's out, it comes out like that. Okay, now the secret part. Very, very secretive, the last note. It's a secret. So we're gonna play other things, other words. Here's a secret again. Okay, that's important. I'm going back to that. And that's another important part. Coming back to things musically. The listener loves to recognize things, whatever that thing is, whatever it is. If you can engage the listener with something, with almost like a private joke, which is not really funny, but a private thing, then the listener will be engaged with what you have to say, even if it's not necessarily his type of music. So that's development, creating little stories in your mind all the time, at all times. And we're trying to extract as many ideas as we can out of a word, a lick, a single little thing like that. Now, I mentioned that there's no pick involved because there are little nuances with our fingers that are really difficult to do with the pick. Ghost notes. Ghost notes are so important. The parallel is little imperfections in the speech. Like when I'm talking, this is improvised, of course. It's just, I don't write my things. It would be so much better if I did. But if, as I'm doing this, see those little hesitation, that makes me me. Same could be done here, and that's how I see ghost notes. Ghost notes can be little hesitations, little imperfections in your speech. So what is a ghost note? If you don't know, a ghost note is just a sound like that, right? It's not really a note. It's not defined as this pitch. It's just a little thing. So if we go back to that phrase, that sentence. Okay, maybe I could do it like, you heard that. That kind of thing can be added. It's not something very thought of, but it's something that you're doing with confidence. It comes in, I'm still being confident. I know that I'm not going to edit this. I'm still being confident. It's being one with the music. Just listening to myself, I feel that this is a little weird. Makes sense in my mind. I hope it makes in yours. So let's explore that. All right. So we're going to try to be imperfect, but with intent. So first, you don't play. You get in the moment. You become one with the music. Bounce a little bit. Whatever you need to do. I'll start with a ghost note. Okay, you heard that? There were a lot of things in that. A few notes, but a lot of different things. There's some dynamics. I'm not playing every note the same volume, right? There's that. The rhythm is not mechanical. It's not taka, taka, taka. It's not. No. It's a little free. Why does it work? It shouldn't work, right? Mathematically, if you were to tab this out, it wouldn't be perfect. It works because of the confidence. It's a confidence thing. Here's the track. That's stable. That's good. Well, over this, I'm going to tell you my story. I'm not using tons of scales, tons of theory knowledge at all. I'm just using basic pentatonic licks that anybody could play. It's just the intent. It's also the mindset, thinking, okay, I am expressing something and I don't have to be super perfect. It's going to work because I want it to work. Something to be thought of when you practice. That's kind of what I have for you, just the intent behind the notes, the tiny little thing, the tiny little nuances that make a statement, a musical statement, sound, I'm going to say perfect, even though it's imperfect. All right, the track that you just heard is available for free. The charts are there too. It's an exploration game. It's a communication game. It's a fun game. It does great to the soul to do that kind of thing. Just make sure that you limit yourself to narrow areas of the fretboard like that and see what you can come up with. I hope you enjoyed this. Yes, this was a little more philosophical than what I usually do, although I don't know. I never know. Anyways, hopefully this served its purpose, which is really to help guitar players around the world develop their personality on the instrument. That's what really is all about. You have something very unique to say. I really do believe that. And nobody can say it the way you say it. It's just a matter of using this tool, which happens to be a Kiesel today. It's a great instrument. I made a review on the channel, so I don't know if it's up yet. Anyways, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing it. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is new video day here on the channel. These videos help guitar players around the world develop their musical personality. Thank you so much for watching this. I'll see you next time. Practice well.